wenyama Mungu vandokutadzira zvireve handikude zvinowanikwa baby mukutsaura nemukuidza dzimwe nguva ndenge nditi ndiri kunatsa chishuvo changu mumwoyo mangu kukufadza all the time ukandiramba baby unandisari naniko. Hello guys, how are you? It's love is in the air. How are you guys? I hope you guys are doing well and are doing okay. I hope your day is going on well, and I hope you guys are doing fine, and I hope you're having a great week. I thank God for you guys. I thank God is taking care of you and looking after you. Today I'm going to be talking about love. I'm going to be talking about the misunderstandings of love. Many of us, I hope many of you can agree with me that most of us, we don't know what is true love. We do not know what is true love. We do not know what is loving someone. We do not know. We think we do know, but we don't. So, we really need to know this thing called love. We just don't need to just throw the word, like, especially nowadays, we're just throwing the word and saying it out of it. You meet someone today and the next thing they're already telling you that they love you. But they don't even know the real thing. They don't even know what is love. That is what I'm here to be talking about. Okay, it's Alicia. And yeah, so I hope you guys are going to be trekking with me, and we are going to understand each other, and we are going to both learn. Because whilst I'm doing this, it's also a therapy to me. I'm also learning. The way I'll be delivering the message, or trying to make both of us learn, I'll be also learning in the process. So I hope all of us, we are going to be learning. Okay, I'm going to be talking about understanding the laws of love and the laws of marriage as well. We don't know what is love. We tend to know, we know what is love, but we do not know. This is what I'm going to tell you that is going to shock most of you, and it also shocked me when I was actually reading about it and going through about it. Here it is. Love is a force generated by a decision. Love is a force generated by a decision. Love is not a feeling. It's a choice. It's not a feeling. The moment you just think that love is a feeling, then trust you me, if you are in love because of a feeling, trust you me, you are not going to last long in that marriage, or you are not going to last long in that relationship. Because it's a feeling. Why? Feelings are chemicals. And chemicals can change any minute. Every minute, feelings change. Why? Because they are chemicals. So if you love someone because you feel for them, you are going to feel like you are loving them now. And the next minute, you are not going to be loving them at all. If not, maybe you are going to be hating them and you don't even want to see them. Why? Because love is a chemical. And chemicals change. They are not stable. They change. So if you are in love because you feel, then you will get it all wrong. Do not put feelings on love. Do not put feelings in your relationship. Do not put feelings in marriage. Do not put feelings to it. In as much as it's shocking, and in as much as it's gonna puzzle most of you, like, so then if I don't put feelings to it, then what will I be doing? You are going to get me, and we are going to trek together, then we will get to understand each other by the end of this video. Okay, have you ever had people that tell you that we fell out of love? We just grew apart. There was no love anymore. But if you want to look at those people, they loved each other and they were willing to turn the world upside down. Why? Because they loved each other. But it's no more. They don't love each other anymore. The feeling is gone. It's gone. It's done. They forget about each other and they don't even want to see each other at all. Why? Because they put a feeling to it. They placed a feeling to it. So when that feeling is gone, then there's nothing anymore to continue here. That's what you'll be literally saying when you put feelings to it. Then the love of a marriage should be a decision. God did not require marriage. Marriage doesn't make anyone happy. God didn't say get married to be happy. It's a decision, it's a choice. That's why he gave us the willpower to choose the right partners that we think we want for us. But the only thing God can do is he can help you. How is he going to help you? God gave us brains. Brains, you have 5 common senses, you have brains. For knowledge, just wisdom, to think, to go through, to read things, so that you can be able to see, is this partner right for me, is not. That's why we read books like Waiting and Dating for Miles Monroe. It tells you, and it actually highlights to you, if a person is like this, then that person is good for you or is right for you. And that book is called Waiting and Dating. You would want to read it so that at least you learn. Because we lack because of lack of knowledge. We fail or we die because of lack of knowledge. We do not know. That's why many relationships, we just go out of them. Marriages, they don't work. Sometimes maybe it's not just because they couldn't work. It's because we don't know. We generally are ignorant and stubborn to learn. We do not want to learn. We do not want to. And God helps us with wisdom. Wisdom to know. To be able to separate the good and the bad. To be able to just know. That's why we need wisdom when we're choosing a life partner for us. That's why there are pastors for counseling, to counsel us, to put us in track. Even going to church to just hear the word of God. Sometimes you can go there and the pastor can walk into your business as if he's at your house. And go through the problem that you're facing, and then you can get a solution out of it. Then you can say, oh, okay, this thing that was being said, that's actually what I'm going through. And I'm actually helped. And then anointing. Just to get the discernment. To discern whether this thing is good or not. To discern good spirits and not good spirits. That's how God helps us. But the choice all lies in our hands. He gave us the willpower to choose. He gave us the power to choose. Love is an act of the will. You choose to. I'm willing to love you. I'm choosing to love you. I'm not feeling like I want to love you. I'm willing and I'm choosing to love you. It's an act of the will. You can decide to love someone. You can decide not to love them. You can decide to hate someone. You can decide not to. It's a decision. Love is a decision. Love is not a feeling. Love is an act of the will. Love is not a feeling. Love is a choice. Love is not a feeling. Get me right? Love is not a feeling, because feelings change. Feelings, they change. You are not stable. Feelings, they change. Love is a law. And laws, they don't have a feeling. I'll give you an example. Suppose you are late. You're feeling like you want to get where you want to go like as soon as possible. But you go there, the robot is red. And then what does the law say? The law says you go when it's green. When it's red, you stop. So believe you me, if you wanted to put feelings to that, we were going to just go through the red robot. And what was going to happen to us, we were going to have a lot of accidents. But because love is the law, it just goes, it's a practical example that I'm giving you. You don't use your feelings. It's a law. You follow the law. So don't put feelings to it, because you get it all wrong. When you put a feeling on a red robot and you are late, you're feeling you're late, you want to go, you will just go and then you get hit on. And then what happens? You get hurt. So whenever you put a feeling onto something, it becomes totally wrong. You get hurt. You get hurt in the process. And then, love is not a foundation of a marriage. You can't get married because you love that person. You cannot. You understand me? I know it seems like you can't really get all this thing, but you get it. Love is not a foundation of a relationship. Love is not a foundation of a marriage. Love does not make a relationship or a marriage work. It does not. Why? Because it's a feeling. You love them. You feel like you love them. But trust you me, the next minute you can even wake up and you find you don't even love that person. Why? Because the people that we love, they are going to disappoint our expectations. Twice or thrice a week. If not per day, they are going to disappoint you. But if you want to go on with how you feel, you're going to let that go. Why? Because you're putting feelings to it. You made me angry. I'm angry. It's a feeling, you're angry. And what are you going to do? If you want to listen to that feeling, you're going to walk away. But if it's a decision and if it's a choice, you're going to stick around. No matter how you're feeling. No matter you wake up, you're not feeling for them. No matter you wake up, you feel like you want to grab them and eat them up. But at the end of the day, you're going to stick around. Why? Because it's a choice and it's a decision. Don't get married because you love someone. I love her. I love her. We are loving each other. And I think we want to get married because we're loving each other. Don't get married because you love that person. Why? Because tomorrow you're going to work out of it. Successful relationship is a result of the application of knowledge, not the exchange of love. We are so ignorant to learn. We do not want to learn. Do you know that sometimes whatever that you can be going through in your relationship, it can be solved by a book that was read by someone? Do you know whatever that you're going through, problem that you're going through in your marriage can be solved just by going to church and listening to the word of God? Do you know whatever that you can be going through can be solved by going on YouTube and asking the Holy Spirit to lead you, so that at least you can just go on to a sermon. A sermon can just show up and then you can just listen to it, and then you can just get really that person talking and prying into your business that you would think maybe that person was there when this was happening. But no, it's a solution to your problem. So it's a result of the application of knowledge. What is it that you know? Do you know how God created that man? Do you know how God created that woman? Do you know the needs of that man? Do you know the needs of that woman? If you don't know all of these things, how are you going to hold that marriage together? If you do not know, how are you going to hold a relationship together? Because you absolutely don't know anything. But when you know, you apply things to it and things work. You meet that person's need and they are fulfilled and they are happy and you move on. There is no love to it there. You're doing it because it's a need. You have to. It's a choice. It's a decision. It is a decision. That's one thing you also need to know. So you need, the other point that I stated is, you need the divine kind of love that God gave us. What is this kind of love called? It's called the agape love. There are a lot of them that were stated, but some of them I can't really pronounce them because they are in Greek. But the agape love is the kind of love that was showed by God. What did he do? He gave his only begotten son. When yet we were sinners, he did not die for us. He did not die for us because we sinned. He died even for the sins that we were still going to commit. That's love. You forgive that person in advance. I think most of you know that song of Take Sure, that saying in advance. That is love. You forgive that person for the things that they are going to do to hurt you, that you're not even so sure yet about, but you are ready to forgive them. That's agape love. So that's the only love that we need, the agape kind of love that we need for marriages to work and for relationships to work. We need that agape love. What are you willing to give up? Because what did God do? For God so loved the world that he gave. That he gave. You need to really get that he gave. Not that he received, that he gave. So love is all about giving. What are you willing to give in your relationship and in your marriage? What are you giving? If you ask people, why do you want to be in a relationship? You know, it's very funny what they answer you. They'll answer you because I feel like I want to be loved. I just want someone who can, you know? That's adrenaline rush. Adrenaline, you just feel excited. It's infatuation. I just want someone who gives me goosebumps, you know? You just need that. I just want someone, you know, who makes me feel loved, who's going to buy me flowers, who's going to take me to dates, you know. You need, that's what you want. You just need to get. What are you willing to give? Because love is giving. If God gave his only begotten son to save you and I, so you need to start to think, what are you willing to give? I want to love this person. Why do you want to be in a relationship? Because I want to give love. I want to watch that person grow. I want to discover that person's purpose. I want to be in their life to help them. I want to give love. I want to meet their needs. I want to meet everything that God said is a need of them. I want to meet that need. I just want to love them. I just want to give it. You are willing to give. The moment when you get to that stage where you are just willing to give, without expectations, then you know you are in the right track. Then you know you are in the right track. So when you're willing to love, you should be willing to give up everything. Give yourself and commit and choose. Some of you are not even willing to give up even your families for that person. You can get many relationships or many marriages that broke up. Why? Because a family member interfered. And they asked you to choose. But you can't even give up everything for that person. Why? Because you claim to love that person, but you don't love them. When you do, you choose to. It doesn't matter the circumstance, you just choose to love that person. That is real love. That is true love. That is agape kind of love. So, don't fall in love. Don't fall in love on adrenaline. Because adrenaline, you can be in it, you can come out of it as well. Don't fall in love because of infatuation. Don't fall in love out of excitement. Oh, I can't even sleep. You get those moments, especially when you meet someone when it's still new. You can't do without them. You just need to check up on them. You are in love. You are in it. 1 month down the line, you feel, they are just boring. But you forget that that person is the same person that you couldn't even sleep for. You would doze off and in the middle of a sentence. Why? Because the conversation was too good. You couldn't just sleep. But already that person is the one when they text you, make some other people, they are just irritating. But it's the same person, they didn't change. They did not. What happened is because feelings are chemical. You are now feeling something else. This love part feeling is gone. And if you want to stretch it a little bit longer, you end up even having those goosebumps again. Already you're feeling for that person again. Why? Because feelings change. They are not stable, they change. They change. So, you need, whenever someone comes to you and tells you that they love you, they want to be with you, they want to, I want to spend the rest of my life with you, I can turn this world upside down for you. You need to let them know what they are getting themselves into, because they might as well not know. Educate them on what they are getting themselves into. The moment you ask them, why do you love me? And they have a reason to why they love you, then that marriage is not, or relationship is not going to work. You don't need to have a reason to love someone. I love you because, you are Coca-Cola bottle shaped, and I love you because of your voice, how you speak. Oh my word, I love your eyes. Oh my word, I love your weight and your body and whatever. But trust you me, these things, nothing lasts. Nothing lasts. Oh, this is going to weigh off. Oh, this is going to change. So when that changes, that means automatically you're going to stop loving me because that thing is not there anymore. So you don't need a reason to love someone. You don't need a reason to love them. Why? Because a reason becomes a condition. I love you because you are slim. So the moment you get fat, what is going to happen? The moment you're going to get 2-3 kids and you gain weight, what is going to happen with that person? They're going to fall out of love. And a reason, when it becomes a condition, it becomes an expectation. You expect them to maintain that weight. They end up starving themselves. Why? Because I still want to be this slim shade in case my man is going to leave. Now you're going to be jogging every morning. Why? Because you are expected to maintain that weight. Or else, you're just going to go. So you end up... It's very funny what we tend to think is love when it's not it. So when a reason becomes a condition. After being a condition, it becomes an expectation. After an expectation, it becomes worse. It becomes worse when you don't meet that person's expectations and conditions. Because nothing lasts forever. Someone is going to tell you, I love you because of how you talk. Tomorrow, if I'm going to wake up talking maybe differently, that person is going to not like it and it's going to be worse. It's going to get worse when I change. And when it gets worse, it gets to disappointment. That's when you find people get disappointed. They'll tell you, I never thought it was going to end up like this. Why? Because there was a reason to love you in the first place. And then there was a condition. I love you because of your job. Then it becomes an expectation. You got to do whatever it takes to work to keep that job. If your manager even writes a resignation letter, you're going to tell him, you don't know what you're going to get myself into. This man is going to leave me if I leave this job. Why? Because it's an expectation. Then it gets worse and it gets to disappointments. So you need to anticipate. Anticipate good things, don't expect. Anticipate good things. That's why you find when men that don't even know that love is not all about expecting things, he's gonna come and ask you in a rough manner, did you make dinner? Did you cook for me? Why don't you anticipate that maybe this person is tired? Why don't I just help her? Then both of you can cook dinner, because at the end of the day, it's for both of you. You don't need to expect. So love is a decision to meet another person's need for the rest of their life without expectations. So when someone tells you that they love you, ask them, are you willing to meet all my needs for the rest of your life? Because I'm going to be willing to give all that to you. I'm going to be willing to meet all your needs. So if they are not willing to meet all your needs for the rest of your life, then that person, automatically they don't love you. They don't have true love, because whenever something just goes wrong, maybe that you don't even have control over, they're going to walk away. Like you never existed at all. So you need to know those things. So love, therefore, is caring about someone. You care about them. You care about their well-being. So good, even when you're angry, you can even cook dinner for your husband. No matter what he did to upset you, that's care. Yes, right now you're not my favorite person and I'm not happy with whatever that you did. But because it's a need, I'm not going to stop doing my duties. I'm not going to stop doing my duties as a wife. I'm not going to deny you of sex simply because you did something wrong. Because why? I vowed that I'll be willing to meet your needs for the rest of my life. It doesn't matter the condition. It doesn't matter what happens between the two of us. But because true love is willing to meet that person's needs for the rest of your life. That is what is true love. So you need to have that agape kind of love. And true love is when agape kind of love flow in a human spirit. That is true love. I can even give you an example when it comes to disciplining your child. You don't put feelings there. Because when you put feelings there, you're going to get hurt and you're not going to discipline them. But you love them enough not for them not to go astray. So you're going to whip them. You're going to discipline that child. And there is no feeling there. There is love. There is that tough love that you're giving to them. I'm beating you not because I don't love you. I'm beating you because I love you. I want you to do the right thing. There is no feeling there. Because if you want to put a feeling to it, you are never going to discipline that child, and they are going to be something else that you would never even wish to raise. So don't put feelings to things. It's more like bills. A bill is a law. You pay rent, you pay DSTV, you pay water, you pay electricity. Imagine if we were going to put feelings to all those things. What was going to happen? We were never going to pay them, because no one wants to give out their hard-earned money. But because it's a law, you ought to do it whether you like it or not. Whether you're feeling like giving out that money, you have to give it. Because why? You need those things to keep on. You need electricity, you need that water, you need. That's why I was saying, when you meet someone's need, you get to have them be at their most best. They will give you as well. When you give, they give. So you need to know what you're getting yourselves into. You need to know what is true love, both of you. Because if you don't know, believe you me, you're not going to hold that together. You are not and never going to hold it together. So you need to know before you do anything. You need to let that person know and make it clear. Pay attention when they talk. You will know why those people, they love you. If that man is always talking about sex and sex and sex and sex and sex, then you know that that person is there for that. When it's gone, you're not going to find them there. So you need to pay attention when you're with your partner. That's when they can really say, the way they talk to you, what they do, you will know. And the other thing that I want to tell you, when you love something, you place value to it. What value are you placing on the person that you love? Loving is placing value onto something. I value this thing. When you value it, you take care of it. When you value it, you meet its needs. Just like when you buy a brand new car, you meet the need of taking it to the service. Why? Because you're valuing it. So the value that you place on a thing, that's how exactly you're going to treat it. So need I not remind you that love is not a feeling? Don't put feelings to it. Love is a choice. Love is a decision. Love is willing, is an act of will. Willing to meet that person's need for the rest of your life. Are you willing to make that person's need, to meet their needs for the rest of their life? The person that you claim to love, are you willing to give up everything for them? The person that you love, if someone comes and disagree with that person and tells, because no one is going to love the person that you love, and they're going to tell you A, B, C, and D, are you going to be willing to stick around? That is what is love. Are you willing to going to give up yourself, to give up other things? Love is sacrifice. Are you going to be willing not to act on feelings, but to act on choice? It's a will. So guys, I need to encourage you to know, read books, read books, read books. Phone yako ngairemene book. Cupboard, shelf yako ngairemene book. You need to know. You need to know. Knowledge is power. Sometimes the relationships fail because of lack of knowledge. That person don't know how to handle the relationship. Because we are not trained to keep marriages. We are not trained to keep relationships. We are not trained to. You ought to learn. You ought to feed yourself with knowing. The art of knowing. The art of knowing. Have knowledge. Have wisdom. What is bad enough to learn? Don't just go on YouTube and go up and down and get to learn things that are not even beneficial to you. Get to learn whatever you're surrounding yourself with. Make sure you're learning something out of it and it's a benefit to you. I hope you guys you have learned. In as much as I learned what is true love, I hope all of you guys you have learned. So let's talk in comments. Let's discuss. Come with your input. I value that a lot. Why? Because this is not a monologue. It's a dialogue. It's between all of us. We both need to learn. My input and your input can be something. So let's discuss, guys. Let's talk about this thing. Let's talk. You can save someone's marriage. You can save someone's relationship just by a word. Just by letting them know something that they didn't even know. You can speak life to their relationship that is maybe is on the rocks. You can speak life to their marriage. I love you guys. Always do take care of yourselves. Always do learn. Fill your soul. Waste your time doing things that are going to help you. Waste your time knowing, how is this person created? What can I do? The art of knowing is not about just reading books too. It's about even knowing the person that you are with. Get to know them. Get to know who they are. Certain things that you do not want about them, because it's not 100% that you're going to like everything that they come with. Something that you do not. What is real love? True love is going to God and praying about it. Telling God that, God, can you change this for me? Can you change how he dresses? If I talk to him about it, help me, God, to address it to him in a way that is not going to bruise his ego. Help me, God, change this for me. Without even letting them know that you don't like this thing. Then God will work it out for you. That is true love. Not like, no, I don't just like the way he's laughing now, so don't put feelings to it. Please, guys, don't put feelings to it. I hope you guys have learned. I hope you guys have learned. Have a good day, you guys. Oh, I don't own any rights to the music that is played. It's Nox music. Yeah. So I hope you guys are going to learn, and I hope you guys, I helped some of you, and I helped a marriage or maybe a relationship that is almost about to fall. Why? Because maybe you just don't feel like you don't love that person. Hold on. It's not about love. It's about what you're willing to give to shape up that relationship. It's about meeting that person's needs. It's about a choice that you made. It's about a decision that you made. So don't let that thing go simply because you don't love them anymore. There is more to it. I love you guys. Enjoy the rest of your day.